מרכיז מהמכל אמור להתערבב יחד עם המים שיוצא.
מחובר פה לברזל יצוק.
בעצם אנחנו עכשיו עושים, מבטלים את המנגנון.
תוך כדי נוריד את הידיים שלנו.
In short, this is what the first responders do. Hi, it's Ya'Kov Grizzly Gutman here from Hartzlia Station in the Dan region. Today I'm going to speak to you about the Rechev Sar, our first responder. What's great about this truck is that it has almost everything you need to a quick response to any situation that a firefighter will need when he's on call. What we're going to go through is the entire truck, a small explanation on everything on what we use. If you look inside our cabin, our main cabin here, we have our SCBAs, our self-containing breathing apparatuses. We have our thermal imaging cameras, some flashlights, and this is where we carry most of our gear that we're going to be getting ready for our fire. Let's move on. Obviously, like I said, we carry mostly anything. So we carry a lot of different tools. We carry our different saws, as you can tell from seeing here. We carry different heavy equipment. We have our batteries that connect straight to our engine, which we can make sure that we have a long-lasting car and long-lasting truck for any energy purposes that we need for later on. If you come look on the other side, you can see our doors open and close so that we have max amount of capacity to be able to hold the max amount of tools that we need. We have our basic farming tools, shovels, pickaxes, 5-kilo sledgehammer, and anything else that we need really for fast action. We carry inside here an assortment of different tools, let's say elevator keys, town keys, train keys, whatever we really need, or different types of different hammers or so on, to be able to make sure, again, to be able to fulfill any need that we're really going to need for a rescue or fire or so on. So when I was speaking of fire, here in the Dan region, we have something that some places don't have that in the other parts of the country, is our high-rise pack. Inside here, you have two hoses of 2 inch, some rope, and different assortment of tools that we're going to need when we get up to high-rise buildings. Here in the Dan region, we have to always make sure that we're ready for every possible situation. So that means if we have a fire in the first floor or if we have a fire in the 20th floor, we got to make sure to be able to hit all of these, and the high-rise pack is where we're really going to hit them. With that, we also carry a torch, all right, a special light that really counts up the amps much higher than any light, and it's also really good for smoke. And then we're going to take you through the difference of hoses. We have a 3-inch hose, 2-inch hose, 1.5-inch hose, and a 1-inch hose, which we'll see on the other side of the truck, that we carry with us to make sure to give the amount of the proper amount of water to any call that we need to get out to. Moving on, now that we spoke about water and we spoke about the importances of actually having water, you can see all the different types of nozzles that we carry really aren't a massive amount, but we have 2-inch, we have 1-inch, we even have a 3-inch, which I'll show you on the other side of this panel. Okay, and we also have the different types of connections to be able to switch it up. So if I have a 2-inch line and I need to use a 3-inch nozzle, I'm able to switch out all the different entities that I have here. We have different type of closers on it. We have different type of openings. Let's say I have a hydrant that I can't open a regular. They have something called a special top or special bullet point that needs a very specific type of opening because of different scenarios. We have them. We carry all those tools with us. Now, if we look inside, we have something very interesting here. And we have what's called a mifaleg, which is a separator between from one line to 3 lines for all different attack lines. If we're coming off a main 3-inch line, it can come off of two different 2-inch attack lines, and so on. But something really interesting here is that we're going to talk about is our Alzi. Okay, it's a water cannon that can produce almost 1,000 to 1,200 liters of water. Even can go even greater. There are some that can go up to 1,600. This one specifically goes out to 1,420 liters of water per minute. And what's great about this, can replace a firefighter. What's really important here is that when we have a massive call, let's say if we have it in a hangar, or if we have for a mass building that we have to just place water straight onto the fire, I can put this down, hook up a hose line to it, set it going, move on to the next thing and take care of. You can see here that we have something called a Cleveland, which is a different type of attack line for a normal building. And we also have something which is our stack line, which will carry up all the way to take it up with us to do a different attack line on a second or third floor fire. Now we're going to move on and speak about is how we get the water from our tank, which we carry usually anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 liters of water, depending on the engine. How do we get that all the way through to our fire? And here we have the main basic engine. We have it's a very, very simplistic system. You have a water that can go in through here. We have water that we can pull from our tank. You have your attack lines, okay, a 1 inch and 3 inch and 3 inch that come out to our attack lines that we can progress to the fire. You obviously always have a radio, right? The most important thing any time in a fire is always having connection, connection between you and your team. Through the system here, we're able to produce out as much water as we're going to need for almost any fire. You have the different clocks here that you're seeing, the different watches that you see here, right? You have one that takes in if we're actually sucking in water, if how much water is coming in, then how much that's producing. If I'm, let's say, coming off a hydrant, for an example. Here I have what a normal watch of just telling me how much actual pressure I'm using in an attack line. And here is the high pressure hose. From the high pressure hose, which actually is really interesting, is usually almost 3 times difference than you have from your normal line, which you see up here. This is our high pressure hose, and that's what we'll be using for usually small fires or quick attack that we need to. Let's move on further. Now here you have a ladder that goes up to the roof. On the top of the roof, it's a various of different things. You'll see a water cannon that's up on the top there. You'll see a ladder that we'll use for any type of attacks we need to get to a second story or so on. Here you have our main fan. Okay, I know in certain places in America or other places in the world, they use usually bigger fans. We actually have realized and recognized that the size of this fan fits perfectly to what our needs are here in Israel, and it's something that we've used for any type of smoke control and really making sure to get out everything in the fire. Here you have different lines for foam, our different nozzles that we're going to use when we get into foam. And again, assortment of tools that we're going to carry with us. We carry reserve oxygen tanks with us. Obviously, if it's a long and engulfed fire, we're going to need our oxygen reserve stuff. What going on here is, again, we spoke about before, is our 1 inch lines. Our 1 inch lines that we carry with us. We carry rope. We carry an asbestos case in case of any, especially for older buildings that we're going to acquire and we're going to get in contact with. Sometimes the roofs are made of asbestos. Very, very important to always carry this tool with us. Again, like I said, we have an assortment of different ladders, and we carry those. Now let's get into something a little bit more interesting, and that is our heavy tools. Now in our heavy tools, you can see we have something. It's the company's name is Holomatro. Okay, this is our tools, the jaws of life. Here you have something that can really reach out and collapse anything. What's great about this type of tool is that we usually use it for rescues. You got any type of car rescue, you got to get in, cut the guy out, extricate him in any certain way. These are the tools you're going to come out and grab with them. Our last tool that we're going to really speak about and go into is our door popper. Now, obviously this depends on different communities and different type of styles. Let's say in America, you have wooden doors that you can easily just take a Halligan and just pop the door. Here you have a special hydraulic pumps that come out and pop our doors. Our doors are bomb doors. They can carry up to almost 5 tons to 7 tons of pressure. So you need something really strong, real powerful that's going to come in and just going to rip open that door. And you got to do it quickly as well. So there are some units that carry electric ones. Here we have an hydraulic pump. You connect up within 20-30 seconds. You're in the door and you're all good to go. This is a small basic understanding of what the firefighters here in Israel carry with them and how they go about. Hopefully later on I'll be explaining to you more about different things that go on in the fire department. Have a good day.